Oni have a dark magic about them, a destructive magic. They are like nightfall, consuming darkness. Faith to the ninja. Hello, I am Sensei the Dark Master, and in today's video, we shall be covering the elemental essence of destruction. We shall be covering its history, those who have wielded it, objects that have it, and the powers it gives a user. Let us start with that history. The origins of the black and purple associated element of destruction date so far back that the knowledge of their origin has dissipated into the mists of time. The oldest ones to wield the power were the ancient Oni, who wielded it against the good-hearted dragons in their endless war within the first realm. The first Spinjitzu master would inherit these powers from his Oni half. He, however, would rarely use these destructive powers because they were evil, and attempted to make peace between the two races. Eventually, however, this was deemed impossible as the two had too much conflicting ideas, and he left destruction behind and created the realm of Ninjago. Destruction would only re-emerge as an important force when the young Lord Garmadon was bitten by the young Great Devourer, which sent his inner destruction out of control and began his descent into evil. He would use these powers in his many bids to conquer Ninjago. His destruction would be purged from him when Lloyd defeated the Overlord that was at the time possessing his body. However, despite a sacrifice to stop the Endochondra cultists, destruction would return when the Sons of Garmadon, biker gang, used the 3 Oni Masks to resurrect an evil Lord Garmadon. Afterwards, when he was defeated by the combined ninja, an even greater form of destruction would rise, with the arrival of the actual Oni, and they covered Ninjago in petrifying clouds of darkness. Garmadon would then team up with the ninja against this greater evil, and he used his powers of destruction to defeat the Oni by helping to, ironically, create a tornado of creation and destroy the Oni. After the battle, Lord Garmadon would escape, walking off, likely to meditate on some more destructive evil in the future. And so the elemental essence of destruction passed from the history of Ninjago up to this point. Many users have utilized the elemental essence of darkness. Most prominent were the Oni, with the most powerful of them being the Omega, who was at the time the leader of them. The 3 Oni generals, which were used to create the Oni Masks, however, may have been of equal if not superior power. The first Spinjitzu master also had the power of destruction, but he didn't really use it. His son, Garmadon, however, would become the greatest and most prominent user of darkness, and he deserves his own video in the future. The final individual who used destruction was Skylar, who copied Garmadon's power with her amber elemental powers, though it was temporary and almost killed her due to the strain that it caused upon her body. In addition, there are 4 other individuals who tapped into unique aspects of destruction via the Oni Masks. These were Mr. E, Ultraviolet, Killau, and Harumi. In terms of objects, the Oni Masks themselves are the only ones to primarily feature darkness. These are the Oni Mask of Vengeance, the Oni Mask of Deception, and the Oni Mask of Hatred, the last 2 of which were destroyed, and the third presumably put into safety. But what are these abilities that destruction gives the user? Firstly, I want to distinguish between destruction and darkness. Darkness is the manipulation of evil and darkness, whereas destruction is merely the opposite of creation in the fact that it grants and is more in line with, the act of destroying things. However, let's actually start with the powers proper. Firstly, via the power of destruction inducement, the user can destroy objects, even ones of great size. With Hakai Argokinesis, the user can manipulate destructive energy. Examples of this include when Garmadon used Spinjitzu against Samukai. With Destruction Energy Ball Projection, the user can generate balls of purple destructive energy. With Destructive Energy Beam Projection, a user can fire beams of pure destructive energy at an opponent. With Destructive Shield Generation, a user can use their destructive powers as a shield against energy attacks. With the power of Disintegration, a user can distinguish objects with Destructive Blast. A user can generate a massive explosion of pure destructive energy. With the power of Destructive Summoning/Controlling, a user can channel their destructive powers in the form of a weak destructive blast to summon and control their dark creations. With Dark Strength Enhancement, a user can enhance their strength with the element of destruction. With Telekinetic Choking, a user can tear and choke objects and people apart within a certain distance, like Garmadon did with Mr. E when the former failed him. With Umbrakinesis, the user can generate and manipulate a corrupted version of lightning, with a user shocking an adversary. With Elemental Creation, a user can generate weapons out of pure destructive powers, like Mistake's staff or Garmadon's purple destructive daggers. With Dark Magic, one can tap into the Oni's dark magic. This included the teleportation, which gives the user the ability to teleport to different locations. With the power of shape-shifting, a user can change their form, like Garmadon did when he transformed into an Oni. With Darkness Tentacles, a user can generate tentacles that, in certain instances, can petrify people. With Combat Empowerment, a user gains power from fighting opponents. There are also some passive abilities that destruction gives, such as Extended Longevity, with some like Wu or Mistake living for thousands of years. Those wearing the Oni Masks can employ several additional powers unique to them. With the Oni Masks of Vengeance, a user can become a master swordsman with 2 additional arms and gives them the ability to catch and deflect other people's attacks, and also gives them attack prediction, which allows the user to react to attacks extremely fast and send them back at the opponent with lightning speed. With the Oni Mask of Deception, one has the power of telekinesis, which allows the user to manipulate, control, and move objects telekinetically. With the Oni Mask of Hatred, a user is granted invincibility, which turns the user's entire body into invulnerable magma stone with destructive lava. When all 3 Oni masks are united, a user can perform an ancient Oni ritual to bring back to life an Oni or an Oni hybrid. This ritual requires the hair of each living relative of the Oni or the Oni hybrid. For all these powers, however, destruction has several weaknesses. Firstly, destruction can turn a person evil. Secondly, the petrification ability does not affect other Onis or those with Oni blood. Thirdly, combat empowerment only works if a user's opponent actually fights. If they don't, the user weakens and gradually becomes weaker. And the Oni Masks of hatred and deception have both been destroyed, meaning their powers are completely off the table. Fourthly and finally, destruction users tend to be more chaotic and less strategic than other elemental masters. What can be learned from destruction? We learn that not all that is dark is inherently evil, but that when using it, one must remain vigilant so that it doesn't consume one's person. I am Sensei the Dark Master, and join me next time on the Lore of Ninjago. Have a nice day.